Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got another compact pistol out on the review bench for you. We've got one of the brand new Gen 4 DiamondBack DB9s. This is their compact pocket 9mm. Really anxious to see one of these in person. I've shot the older ones before, and they have made some definite improvements to this generation, so it should be very interesting to see how it performs. Full disclosure, DiamondBack did send this to the channel for review, so definitely want to give those guys a shout out for that. It is greatly appreciated. But to kind of get into the nuts and bolts of this thing here, this pistol is probably one of the smallest 9mm that I personally have ever seen. It is compact, but let's go over some of the features here. The stippling that they're using on these, the Gen 4, I like a lot. It's not overly aggressive, but it's in the right places to where you get a really good purchase on the pistol itself. And if any of you guys have shot these smaller compact 9s, you know, the better grip that you can have on the pistol, the better, because these things are snappy, fellas. I mean, it's just the way it is. You're talking about a 9mm handgun that weighs, you know, in excess of a pound or less. So, I mean, it's going to have some muzzle flip. It's going to have some recoil to it. You're going to know you shot it. But the better purchase you can get on the gun, the better feel to it. This has been safety checked. You know, the overall better shootability the gun is going to have. This does come with a few different base plates. It does only come with one magazine. That's kind of a bummer, but you can get other ones off of their website, and they are reasonably priced. They do use the newer orange follower. This one has kind of a finger grooved base plate on this one to kind of give you a little bit better purchase whenever you've got the gun in your hand, so that's kind of nice. There are forward and aft slide serrations. Very nice, very positive. The sights, they have did an excellent job on these sights. You've got some really large rear white dots, and then you've got a front orange dot that is really, really easy to pick up. So I'm definitely a fan of those. I'm pretty sure you can use Glock sights on these, but guys, I tell you, unless maybe you wanted to step up to a set of night sights, I don't see any reason in replacing these, honestly. I mean, just looking at them in the hand, I have not shot this yet. We're going to get to that, but they feel really, really good. Probably one of the biggest attributes to the new Gen 4 is it does finally have a slide lock. So after you run the magazine dry, you're going to know when you're out. So that's really, really nice. Very nice feature. I will say the slide release is very, very stiff, and it takes a couple fingers to get it to go back into battery. But so you'll probably want to slingshot this whenever you're actually firing the gun. Not a huge deal. It may wear in a little bit to get a little bit more loosened up to where that could be used, but overall very, very happy with it. And this model, the Gen 4, is actually approved for plus P ammo. Now I gotta admit, guys, I probably would not shoot that through it, but it's pretty cool that they've rated it that. It means that they've beefed up the frame and the internals enough to take that extra pressure, so that's pretty cool. Now, as far as what the gun comes with, like I said, you get some extra base plates, a gun lock, little cloth nylon case. That's kind of nice. And, of course, your manuals and all that good stuff, as usual, as you would expect. But overall, guys, I really, really like the feel. I mean, this thing is tiny. Tiny. Let's get some dimensions off this for you guys so you can kind of get an idea. Let's bring our scale into pick the camera frame here, and we'll get a weight on this. Now granted, this is just the gun with an empty magazine. There are no rounds, so you're looking at 13.9. Guys, that is most definitely a pocket pistol. And greatest thing about it, it's 9mm. Now, I know what everybody's going to complain, well, they suck to shoot and yada, yada, yada. Well, yeah, I'm sure it probably will. The old ones, they were a handful, guys, I'm not going to lie. But you got to understand what these are actually meant for. These are meant for pocket carry. This is a defensive pistol. That's what it's for. It's not meant to blow through 200 or 300 rounds at the range just plinking around. It's not for that. Granted, you want to be proficient enough with it to make a shot if you need to, but this is not a recreational firearm. So it's going to have some kick. It's going to have some punch to it. May even get a little bit of trigger bite. So, know that going into it. This is a defensive handgun. Kind of give you an idea comparison-wise on the size. This is my Glock 26, and we're going to go ahead and make safe on this gun because this is coming out of carry system. So, all right, no rounds chambered. So let's see here. We go from here to here. That is significant difference. And the thickness, very, very significant. I mean, it is significantly bigger on the Glock. So, I mean, now granted, the Glock, however, is a double stack. As you guys know, they are 10 rounds, so you're carrying a little bit of extra ammunition. The DiamondBack DB9 Gen 4 is a 6+1, so you've got a 6-round mag plus 1 in your chamber for your carry round, giving you 7 total rounds. This one here, I will say, the magazine release is a little bit to get to. I'm sure they did that just because guys may pocket carry this gun. So you want to make sure that that is protected so the magazine doesn't get bumped, the magazine disconnect and drop the mag possibly. The trigger is pretty good. It is heavy. Again, defensive handgun. It's not going to have a matched trigger, guys. It's not designed to do that. The reset, however, is extremely short. However, it is not audible. But right there is the reset. So I mean, it's right there. Let's get a pull weight on this. It is right at about, I would say, probably 7.5, 8-ish, maybe. Yeah, we're right at 8 on that one. Let's pull it again. One more time. Yeah, right at about 8. So again, it's a defensive pistol. You're going to have a heavier trigger. But I'm anxious to see how it shoots. We will take it back to the pistol range. We'll get some rounds through it and see how it does. Maybe even set up a silhouette and see what kind of groups we can get at maybe 5 yards or so, some defensive range, and just kind of see how it does. All right, guys, we're back here at the pistol range. We're going to go ahead and put some more shots through this DiamondBack DB9 and kind of see how it does. I came back here a little bit while ago and popped a few rounds on paper just to kind of see where it was hitting at. I'm going to shoot a few more groups for you on paper here, and we'll kind of judge the accuracy on it a little bit. I will say the little pistol is definitely a handful. I have not experienced any failures of any kind yet. We're up to about 100 rounds through it thus far. So we'll put a few more rounds through it and just kind of see how it does. And I have noticed that the pistol itself seems to be shooting a little bit low left versus point of aim on the sights, which isn't a huge deal, but it's not the most ideal situation either. And only having one mag, that's kind of a bummer too, so you guys are going to have to kind of bear with me while I reload. But overall, I tell you, this could be a definite option for pocket carry. I will say, as you guys know, I've said before in the past, you definitely want to vet your pistol, make sure everything's going to be run reliable, and as far as that stuff goes. But so far, so good. So, and this is at 7 yards. All right, that's a little bit better. Not bad, not bad. let's try some hollow points also. I got some 115 grain Remington hollow points. Shot a few of these a while ago and they fed fine. So we'll shoot some of these and kind of see how they do here for you guys. But again, as you can see, so far so good. All right. All right, not bad at all. And those were the 115 grain Remington JHP. So let me grab the camera. We'll take a quick walk down there and take a look at it and kind of see what we got. But overall, guys, I'm pretty happy with how it's performed thus far. Let's see. This was that last group I just shot, 6 rounds. That was the Remington JHP. This right here was just Winchester white box, just ball ammo. This was also ball ammo here, and here's some more of that JHP. As you can see, once I got to see where the actual pistol was hitting, I was able to adjust a little bit, but I would definitely want some more practice with this if this was something that I was definitely consider carrying. Let's go back up to the bench here and we'll get another close-up shot of the pistol itself. And I have to say, I thus far am pretty doggone impressed with it. I mean, it has performed flawless. It is shot well. Like I said, ejection on the magazine is very positive. I like the stippling on the magazine ejection button. I mean, it's really easy to get to. Granted, you do have to find it. As I mentioned a while ago, it's a little bit recessed. I would assume they did that just in case you did want to use this as a pocket pistol. Me, I like the idea of a carry holster. I probably would not feel comfortable just dropping it in my pocket, although you definitely could because it is most definitely small enough. But overall, guys, I think this is a really, really good option for those maybe that don't want to spend a ton of money or that don't have a ton of money. It's been reliable 100% thus far, so I can't say anything bad about it. It is shot well. As you can see from the paper, it is most definitely adequate as far as defense goes. Granted, you would want to get a few more rounds to this, kind of vet it a little more, and your practice kind of goes along with your carry style too. So overall, I'm pretty impressed. The just kind of give you an idea of which one this is. This is, like I mentioned, the GEN4. This is with the slide lock. It is item DB9, and then of course it is in just standard 9mm. But take a look at these. You know, don't snub your nose at them. I know a lot of you guys were turned off from these over the previous generations, and I'm not going to lie, the one that I had was a complete jam-o-matic. But for Gen 4, it seems like Diamondback's really put their work into this and got all the bugs worked out. Because, I mean, right out of the box, there was no issues at all. I mean, I will say the only downside to this pistol is it does have a little bit of bite in the palm of the hand from the stippling. The recoil on this, however, is very manageable. The pistol seems to recoil directly back into the hand. So as long as you've got a solid grip on the pistol, you can make some shots. So, I mean, it's not bad. It is definitely something that you would want to practice with. I would say, you know, get yourself 250, 300 rounds through it before you would consider possibly carrying it, just to make sure that it's vetted and it's going to do what you need it to do if that situation would arise. But overall, guys, take a look at them. I definitely have to give this one a thumbs up. I probably would carry this myself if I didn't have something already. It is definitely a viable option. So if you got any questions on this, post them up below. I'm always glad to help you guys. Hit us up on our Patreon, as well as the Facebook page. If you got any questions, it's real easy to get back in touch with you guys there. So, as always, fellas, shoot straight. Later.